Yo, what is good, my anime faithful? What is good, yo? So, I had to pick an actress because there's an actress in this episode, and then this actress could be in an anime. Thor Ragnarok could possibly be an anime, technically, if it ever happens, and she could be in there. But the girl that is the actress is actually an anime, so I am killing it on SOULCALIBUR. Uh, but overall, my anime people, let's get straight into it. Make sure you guys are subscribed if you enjoy the content, and I drop daily content, so expect something to be dropping Thursday. So we get a relatively simple episode where you get this gamble where you're kind of like, this doesn't seem like it's gonna work. And of course, the girl who should not be taking it, the one who has the least amount of points, the one who could lose the quickest, is so happy to take on all of these terrible opportunities that are thrown at her. So, our devilish, freaking compulsive, gambling, loving woman has put herself in one of, I think, the craziest situation coming down to the way she plays. She's definitely going to give it all. She doesn't care the true outcome unless she wins or unless she loses, and regardless of winning and losing, she's really wants to enjoy the trip there. So for the whole entire time this week, there is no real like dialogue or much very like needed to be said from her, because as a fan or like as someone who's watched season 1 and pretty much understand this whole design that she's after of just going in for the thrill and making the bet the biggest bet than it was the last time. So with this, she is pretty much excluded from this episode because all she needed to do was sing. All she had to do was follow someone's game plan, aka Miss Bribes a lot, and get an easy dub. Or in her case, I feel like our main girl, there's no way she knew, or not knew, but there's no way she didn't know that this was probably a less percent chance, which is why it was so, uh, like enticing for her to take, because of who they were going against. They're going against someone who literally can do uh, a lot in Hollywood and get away with it. Actresses are one of the most, um, like, they get the most free cards ever, but you gotta also remember they're also the ones getting the most limelight on them. But she could blend in with the students relatively easy, seeing how she was one and was even announced in front of everybody and no one knew it was her. So she probably could make another uh, dramatic change like that again, and that people wouldn't know. So that's not a problem for her. But the very interesting part of all of this is just how much influence she has and how much power an actress has in Hollywood. And then she comes back to Japan. Come on, bro. You're gonna challenge that power with your own little group of people, and I was surprised they even got 8 votes. The 8 votes were literally the people that were bribed. Excuse me. They were actually bribed and did their job right. So, out of what did she? It was supposed to be like 98 to 82, and it like just went all the way to zero, like 0.8 on their side. I'm pretty sure our main girl was straight up having an or like just a O face right after that happened. She was probably so dang happy that they lost that part of it. And from what I'm getting, there's the third round that is supposedly going to be the thing that kind of saves them, I believe, So, because as of right now, it's over. Like, Amazing Grace in English because clearly she's a Hollywood star, which is in America, and it just goes to show you that she was willing to do something that captured so much attention on herself instead of the whole background, like with the cutesy stuff and the dancing and this and that. She went straight for a song that you have to sit there and just listen and look at her. And she didn't put any of that glamour stuff behind her. So, absolutely amazing on her part. And she looked absolutely, they made her look absolutely gorgeous. And how they put her in the lights that they chose to during parts of the song. Um, the only messed up part is I thought, since the lip, if you read lips, uh, excuse me again, if you read the lips of anime characters and if you can like kind of follow along with the word flaps and what what the animators are trying to create the mouth to make it look more like, because some of the creators of like the mouths and stuff like that, or in particular the whole animator in general making the body move and stuff like that, they sometimes have a general understanding of how the character would be. And the best example is Asta. He's always swinging his arms around and screaming, like his mouth's always just wide open and stuff. So it just made it that much easier for his voice actors to play along with it and make whatever they want to change on those mouth flaps. And that's what I saw in this week's episode with the girl singing Amazing Grace. Right towards like the beginning and the middle, is it looked like she was lip syncing, boy. It looked like she was lip syncing. Including, since it was in English and stuff, usually the mouth flaps would be catered to that part of the English, but maybe it was still catered to the Japanese sub, because I honestly, if you go off just the lip reading, it definitely seemed like she was not singing at all. Like she was saying something completely different than what the words might have even been at a point. So that would be hilarious in my opinion if we come to find out that she straight up didn't even sing. We don't know how well she can sing, and not to mention she got like the dub on that not singing. So that's actually crazy to me. So very interested to see if she gives that tidbit away, or like the girl said when she heard it, it was beautiful. Because I mean, if I be honest, I haven't heard a lot of other women sing Amazing Grace, to be fair. So to hear someone that came off sounding almost dead, like DA, like Alicia Keys or something, it was kind of giving me that feel of lip syncing. But I could be wrong, and they could have just got a really talented girl to do this song for this moment, and or they could have asked someone who's done this song and got her to sing this one line and then be like, all right, well, here's your check and goodbye. Who knows? If you do know, let me know in the comments down below. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, overall, amazing episode. It was such a good representation of what that song does to you, because I'm watching this song, I'm listening to the song, watching the episode, and I'm lost, like I'm completely stunned, like all the other main cast that are just like, oh man, if this song wasn't this good, we could be happy right now. But since it's beautiful and one of the best things we've ever heard, we're screwed, and that's where you get this feeling of just like utter defeat when the song ends and she just asks the main girl who's on our main character's team, or on our waifu's team, is just like, why do you sing? Is it to be all get your pleasant peasant song out there, or is it so you can get people to see your dance moves? She just grilled her so hard, and to think that after being grilled like that, she was going to walk on stage and still win because of all the bribing she did. And as soon as she sees that her bribing loses, that turnaround, like that slow turnaround, is like all of the fans, like how we know how their faces are gonna look. I feel like that's how any fan of us would actually react to these characters, like, starting to talk all high and mighty and start being all happy about what they just did. You'd be slowly looking back, be like, ooh, I don't want to look at her face. She's probably gonna be spitting that hot fire. That saliva they be having spitting out, man. Oh my god, it feels so realistic the way that they get into just like their happy, chants and their overall rants and stuff about winning, or whatever they want to call it. But overall, I love everything about when the show actually feels like it should still be going on. The president actually got super trolled, which was actually surprising because once I saw that kid step up to the plate with the president, I was like, bruh, you're done, kid. You're done now. But he was smart enough to back down, which after he backed down, he got what he wanted because she was actually thinking she was about to get a good fight out of him, and he backs out of it. So I think he's probably going to get it very bad if she ever gets another chance to get him to gamble. That guy seems like one of those overall characters that would back out of a fight like he just did, but do it in a sense of to save his own skin. So I don't know. That's just my feeling from him. The guy that is his butt is, oh my god, I almost called him a butt buddy. That is his buddy. The redhead dude, I'm pretty sure he seems like the guy that takes the beatings if the other guy loses too much money or something. That's the type of brotherhood or like friendship they seem like they have. Is he's not the best gambler out of the two, or maybe he is the best gambler, I don't know, but out of the two of them, the guy who's all shy clearly is the better gambler because he has more votes, or the other guy doesn't even try because he literally just follows the other guy around and kind of like a bodyguard, like the butler chick. I don't know. I truly enjoy where the show is kind of directioning, but it's definitely, if you can see what Netflix does with some of these shows, is they're definitely more of a linear line. Like, even when they were introducing like the names and showing all the people who were top 10 on the voting and stuff, it felt like that is something that could have been in, or would have been in, a filler episode, pretty much. Like the beginning of a filler episode, they tell you what was going on last episode, but then they just get into something completely unrelated to the plot. But that was not the case, and that's what Netflix's animes kind of do, that they have like under their wings, or it's like they call them original Netflix or Netflix original, excuse me. And they're these really straight lined animes, and I didn't notice it until like I watched season 1 of Castlevania, which was very linear. And then this show's first season was not as linear, and then now that we're in the second season and they kind of spit it out much quicker than the production probably for this show, it felt like the way of the story being told, of the weaving through to get to the top dogs through the gambling, is going way quicker, and just like a shot of an arrow. So I don't know what the manga source is like, and if it's just like a narrow, like there's no real things to be said outside here and there. It's just gamble. Oh my god, she's sick, but now she's okay in the next episode. Gamble. So let me know what you guys are feeling about this show. I completely give it a 4 out of 5. I mean, I really honestly think this show is trying to give a run for its money on No Game, No Life, but the characters and everything in that other anime are just on a whole nother level. And I think I'm going to be doing why you should watch that show very quickly, because I want to get that out there before the next season of it drops, which would be kind of cool. So it'll be like, I'll tell you everything I know about it, you can tell me what you know, and with that, my anime people, I hope you guys enjoyed. I will talk to you in the next one, and speaking about the next one, I will try to wake up early as possible, seeing how it's like 1 a.m. when I'm making this right now. So I'll wake up, try to watch Circus and whatever else comes out Thursday and get that out to you guys as quickly as possible. So, with that, my anime people, I just took a bow for some reason, but take care and peace.